Growing outrage over President Trump's angry tweets mocking TV host Mika Brzezinski.
Republican lawmakers say President Donald Trump's recent tweets referencing individual members of the media are out of line.
Obviously, I don't see that as an appropriate comment.
Hold on a minute, so now you're outraged by Trump's misogyny? Now he's gone too far. Was I the only one who heard him saying this during the campaign then?
Blood coming out of her, wherever.
Or this?
You've called women you don't like fat pigs, dogs, slobs, and disgusting animals. Your Twitter account...
Only Rosie O'Donnell.
Or this?
I moved on her like a bitch, but I couldn't get there, and she was married.
This?
Just start kissing them. It's like a magnet. You just kiss. I don't even wait.
This?
Grab him by the pussy.
This? Well, not that, but if I was a woman, I'm sure he'd put in his sleazy 2 cents on that as well. By the way, follow me. But I don't recall many Republicans voicing their outrage of any of these sexist outbursts. And even those who did say something, none of these sexist comments cost him their support during the campaign. Not even Ted Cruz, when Trump retweeted an image that all but called Cruz's wife ugly.
Donald, you're a sniveling coward, and leave Heidi the hell alone.
And now look at him, poor, sad, pathetic Ted Cruz. But all of a sudden now, a whole host of Republican leaders feel it is their duty as government officials to voice their concern. Well, I don't buy it, not for a single second. Your morality is as deep as a puddle in California. Now, I'm sure if you were conscious yesterday, you're aware that Trump did Trump things to pass the time before his next tea time, launching foul insults at his latest target, MSNBC's Mika Brzezinski. Trump felt it was his presidential duty to inform us that Mika was once bleeding badly from a facelift when visiting the White House. I mean, Mar-a-Lago, sorry, potato, potato. And while these comments are despicable, they are par for the course. Man, these golf jokes are just rolling off the tongue today. This is the same guy who insinuated that Megyn Kelly was having her period when she asked him a mildly tough question, who has rarely called Rosie O'Donnell anything other than a pig.
I'd look her right in that fat, ugly face of hers. I'd say, Rosie, you're fired.
And once said he would have liked to date his own daughter.
I've said that if Ivanka weren't my daughter, perhaps I'd be dating her.
But now that he is supposed to act presidential, his fellow conservatives who preach Christianity as their North Star have decided that they can no longer tolerate Trump's misogyny and felt it was their responsibility to tell him that he was not living up to the dignity of his office. No shit, he's not. He never has been. And 99% of you have been complicit in this. Especially you, Paul Ryan. The smarminess just oozes out of this guy's face, and I'm half expecting him to tell me my life matters to him before he sells me an overpriced car only for the steering gear to lock up halfway down the road. The man's a creep, but all of a sudden he feels he has the moral standing to say that Trump's tweets are not helping. What's next, Mr. Ryan? You're gonna tell me that Jeff Sessions is not the perfect guest at Ice Cube's barbecue?
Oh,
that we shouldn't let Rudy Giuliani talk to people anymore? These are all things we know, mate. Things that you knew as well, which is why your fake outrage is so hollow. And he's not the only one. After spending months dismissing Trump's grab him by the pussy comment as simply locker room talk.
And they've never heard these horrible words before, or locker room talk.
Yesterday, Fox News offered up some of their own phony morality, describing Trump's comments as gross. So Trump claiming to sexually assault women without them asking wasn't enough for you to voice your outrage, but these tweets are now next level gross. But the thing is, these tweets were gross. Most of his comments about women have been gross. The difference is, we already knew that. Most Republicans, however, have either denied to acknowledge this fact or dismissed it as harmless. But now that they have control of all branches of government, they suddenly feel it's their duty to make sure the world knows that they don't tolerate this type of misogyny. Well, you did. In fact, you promoted it, so save it. You're just as gross. Follow me on Instagram at Francis M. Maxwell and on Twitter also at Francis M. Maxwell. Share the video, call out these hypocrites, continue to resist.